Tonight at 10, a Memphis neighborhood trashed with tires.
It's very insulting.
The big mess left behind and the action the city is taking to crack down, hitting the brakes.
It's also a death trap for us if they move here.
The people trying to stop a truck terminal from moving in next door. And treatment once only for people, now available for pets. Medical breakthroughs being used in the Mid-South.
And we begin tonight with a breaking news update. A Memphis police officer in the hospital after a suspect rammed his squad car. Good evening. I'm Joyce Peterson in for Joe tonight.
And I'm Kanji Anthony. Thanks for joining us. Police say that it started at Carpenter and Mimosa, and the suspect took off before crashing at Walnut Grove and Tillman. Now, you can see it led to a big police scene in the middle of rush hour. Tonight, police tell us an officer even fired shots at that suspect when the cruiser was hit, but there are not indications anyone was hit by bullets. That officer was taken to the hospital, and he's going to be okay. But again, that suspect is still on the run.
More breaking news now. Near the University of Memphis, a man rushed to the hospital in critical condition after being stabbed. Memphis police say it happened at the Glendale Apartments on Stewart Road that's across the street from the U of M's Park Avenue campus. MPD says officers detained one person at the scene.
Residents are demanding answers after more than 100 trashed tires were dumped on the side of the road. Now they're hoping the city will help get those tires out. WMC Action News 5's Janice Broach joins us with more on how elected officials are helping. Janice.
Well, the sight of those tires on the side of the road is something to see. It shocked one community activist who jumped into action to get something done.
It's very insulting. It's very insulting, and it's insulting to me and all the rest of the residents over here because a lot of us, like I said, we work hard and we don't want to come home to this.
I have counted 107 tires.
Patricia Rogers, a community activist, said she did not see the tires on Sunday.
On Monday, I drove down Winchester Road. I was shocked. I made a U-turn and I came back and I took some photos.
It is hard to believe someone would put all of these tires right in front of the Fox Hollow Apartments, all 107 of them stacked up neatly against the fence. It couldn't have been easy, and likely more than one person was involved. At the very least, it had to be time-consuming.
It really makes me angry.
The tires appear to be junk tires, not suitable to put on vehicles.
I don't want to see it. It brings the community down.
Memphis has a problem with people dumping tires, but it's usually never this many tires, and they are thrown in more isolated areas and almost never stacked neatly. And this is illegal dumping.
I wish the city would come out and do something about it. I wish whoever's doing it would stop.
Patricia Rogers did contact the city.
Winchester has a lot of traffic, so somebody had to see something.
Right. Yeah, somebody probably did see something. Now, code enforcement knows about those tires as well as the state of Tennessee. They are both investigating, trying to find out who dumped those tires. If the city of Memphis has to remove them, then whoever dumped the tires will have to pay for it if they can find out who did it. Live downtown, Janice Broach, WMC Action News 5.
Tonight, the state of Tennessee executed a double murderer. Edmund Zagorski was put to death in the electric chair at the Riverbend Maximum Security Prison in Nashville. He was pronounced dead at 7:26 p.m. Zagorski is only the second Tennessee inmate to be put to death by the electric chair since 1960. He was convicted in 1984 for murdering two men. His final meal, pickled pig's knuckles and pigtails.
New at 10, fire investigators say a television is to blame for a deadly fire in North Memphis. Crews were called out to Knee Street off Chelsea Avenue just after 2 o'clock this morning. Firefighters found 43-year-old Andrew Perry unresponsive inside the home, suffering from smoke inhalation. He was then pronounced dead at the hospital. Investigators say there was no working smoke detector in the home, and the fire started with a malfunctioning television.
Memphis police arrested a woman who they say made up a story about being carjacked. Take a look. This is Lori Waffle's mugshot. Police say she told them a man with a gun demanded her 2017 Toyota Corolla. Well, during the investigation, police discovered that Waffle loaned her car to someone, and while that person had the car, another police department impounded it. Waffle tonight charged with filing a false report.
It's been a cloudy, cool day around the Mid-South. First alert Doppler 5, finding nothing in the way of precipitation right now. We had drizzle for much of the day, and right now, down to the Memphis metro, we're in pretty good shape. Just some clouds lingering across the coverage area, and it looks like we're going to continue to deal with those clouds through the remainder of the overnight hours. We've got a north wind that's filtering into the area. Clouds extend well back into the plain states, and we're watching a frontal system that's going to have an impact on our weather, and especially as we get on into the day tomorrow. Now, right now, we've got dry, cool air moving into the Mid-South. That's going to have a nice impact on your morning commute, but the drive in, dry, just chilly. However, the drive home could be a little different. I'll explain why just ahead in my First Alert forecast.
Keep on trucking right out of our neighborhood. Residents in Oak Haven tonight voicing opposition to a truck terminal opening nearby. WMC Action News 5's Kelly Cook is here now to explain why Habitat for Humanity is also worried about this. Kelly.
Yeah, earlier this month, the Shelby County Land Use and Control Board rejected plans for that trucking company to move into this neighborhood. Well, now we're learning their plan to appeal that decision. Well, I've been speaking to neighbors who say they're afraid that company is going to ruin their quiet little neighborhood, and they're ready for a fight.
And I found this neighborhood. It was just the sweetest little place.
72-year-old Proteon Polk found her dream home in this Oak Haven neighborhood 25 years ago.
And I thought I'd love to live there and grow old there.
But a possible new neighbor is looking to move in just across the street. Saya Freight wants to take over 60 acres near Rains and Chulahoma roads, creating a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week trucking terminal with a 30,000 square foot shop building for maintenance for hundreds of trucks.
It's also a death trap for us if they move here. The pollution that we will be exposed to is going to be so horrible.
Polk is worried about the traffic and the exhaust from the trucks. Habitat for Humanity is worried about their investment into this Oak Haven neighborhood.
It's just going to be right across the street here, and that light and that noise is just going to flood this whole neighborhood.
The nonprofit has invested $8 million into the over 60 homes they've built here.
We're concerned about property values falling. A lot of our homeowners, this is how they build wealth. They're a first-time homeowner that wouldn't have a chance for home ownership if it was not for Habitat.
We asked Saya to address these specific concerns. They said, Saya LTL Freight is working with the city to address these. We are confident we'll come to a mutually agreeable solution. We have been very successful at addressing similar concerns in the past with respect to other projects. But Polk doesn't want an agreement.
Memphis is full of vacancies of all kinds.
She wants Saya to find another home or stay right where they are, about 6 miles away on Mill Branch. Now, Polk is concerned that Saya wants to move into this area to be closer to the Amazon headquarters. We did ask them if that was true. They would not confirm that. We're being told they're going to make their appeal to the full Memphis City Council on December 4th. In Oak Haven, Kelly Cook, WMC Action News 5.
Thank you, Kelly. And now to Decision 2018. Early voting has officially ended in Tennessee, but we found people waiting to vote late into the day. Dozens of people were lined up down the hallway at Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church. Voters told us they wanted to get their voting done now to avoid the hassle on Election Day. And remember, on Tuesday, you will have to vote at your assigned precinct. And with Election Day just around the corner, the neighborhood app Nextdoor is relaunching its Vote Map. The map shows you where your polling place will be and gives you the option to tell neighbors that you plan to vote or have already voted. And if you've registered to vote at an address different from your Nextdoor account, the site will redirect you. And WMC Action News 5 is your source for Decision 2018. We'll have up-to-the-minute results and reaction to all the races, from casinos in Arkansas to ballot initiatives in Memphis to municipal campaigns. Our live coverage begins at 7 p.m. on your smart devices and WMCActionNews5.com. From the polling places to the speeches and everything in between, make WMC Action News 5 your home all day this Election Day.
Cooler air is back as we get ready to wrap up the week and head into the weekend, but our rain chances aren't over just yet. I'll explain why and let you know how this impacts your weekend in my First Alert forecast just minutes away.
Cutting-edge medical treatments for pets.
He screamed and couldn't put his foot down.
The procedures, once available only for humans, now helping our furry friends. And back to the source, the thing now being blamed for a deadly outbreak of E. coli in romaine lettuce.